Good afternoon, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I'm saying hello this afternoon for me, and hopefully for you wherever you are, but I'm in Bali, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far, or maybe you're into your evening or night already. Today, I'd like to share a video with you about truth and love, and the thoughts or the ideas that I'd like to share with you in this video are a little bit deeper, and I love going deeper into understanding ourselves. So I thought I'd start with this first quotation by Joe Cervantes, and it says, "Without love there is no truth, and without truth there is no love. Without love there is no truth, and without truth there is no love." And this is deep. If we think about truth and love, they really come from the same space. Truth, love, compassion, peace, joy, in my perspective, all come from the same space. Now, this is also an alignment of our minds, our hearts, our souls, and this takes a mindful attention to get the best value or understanding out of. So today I thought I'd remind you that this is a process that, unless we truly understand the meaning behind these words, we don't actually practice it and apply it to our lives, because oftentimes we've been taught that, oh, it's just a little white lie. Oh, I'm just avoiding saying something because I know it would hurt them. If we look at, I'm avoiding saying something because it would hurt another person, it takes a courage to still speak it from a space of love and truth, right? So if truth is there, truth is there, and it can be expressed. Otherwise, I start feeling like I'm holding something back, and the other side starts feeling that everything is fine. And this happens in workplaces, in relationships, in all sorts of life experiences. And this could be friendships or romantic relationships or marriage, or it could be in terms of workplace where, the boss you've just joined up with in a new job situation says, "So are you happy here?" And you say, "Yeah." And you think, I've got 3 months for them to just make sure that I'm okay, that I'm keeping this job and getting into a full-time position. I better make sure they feel like everything is right. Then 6 months down the road, you finally say something about, "I'm actually not happy because of this." And the boss could easily say, "Well, I asked you 3 months ago and you didn't say anything at that time." And because we're so scared about the response or the reaction that can come. And the same thing happens whether in family situations or in love situations, where we're feeling this. I can express the truth or I could not. And usually I'm not, because I'm more concerned about how the other person will respond or react, that I don't speak my truth, or the truth, I'll say. So then I came across another quotation by Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee is quite a deep thinker, was quite a deep thinker, and I'd love to share this deeper quotation with you and see if you can make a little bit of sense out of it. And of course I'll explain a little bit. It says, "Truth has no path. Truth is living and therefore changing. Awareness is without choice, without demand, without anxiety. In that state of mind, there is perception. To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. Awareness has no frontier. It is giving of your whole being without exclusion." And this is interesting to me, and certainly I hope that it's interesting to you to reflect upon, because giving of our whole selves, oftentimes we limit it to the people that are closest to us. I won't completely give of myself in terms of that generous, loving space, right? That truthful, honest, loving, compassionate space. That's all of the best of me. And often I'll reserve it for the people that are closest to me. And when I'm doing that, I have to look within myself of, am I even doing that there? And if I'm holding back from that, then it benefits from some self-reflection as to why. And when we understand the why behind what we do, it really does open up a breadth of experience for ourselves to fully understand ourselves and others around us too, with compassion, with love, with trust, and with understanding. And this is a beautiful space to be in, and it really makes our lives much lighter. The ego makes our minds much heavier with what will happen, what if I say this, what if they don't like me anymore. And I know that in my practice I'm seeing this from all ages. So whether teenagers that I speak to is, will that friend like me anymore if I say this truth, or if I see it in mature adults who are the same way, whether around friendships or relationships, I can't speak everything, because what will it mean for the other side, and how will that other side respond to this? And quite honestly, if we're speaking truth, it's usually received with love too. Yet, it could be received in the opposite way. It could go either way, but speaking truth does not depend on how the other side responds. It's that whole awareness of, I want to be truthful. I want to be loving. I choose to be loving. I choose to be truthful. I choose to be compassionate in my expression. And that is what I would love for you to reflect on today for 5 minutes, and see how fully giving of yourself are you in your communication, in your relationships with others, any other people. And this can be a child, it can be a parent, it could be a friend, it could be a boss, but any people, how fully giving are you of the best of yourself in those situations? So I'd love for you to take those 5 minutes after this video. I hope today you will. And do that. Reflect for 5 minutes of how fully giving are you. And then, just reflecting on it is just to think about it. It's really could just be some fun pastime of, I'll just think about this. Unless we act from that space, we don't make it part of ourselves. So I'd love for you to act from that space after you reflect on it, and see whether you really are and whether you can, because I know you can. I know we all can. And let's see if we can shift the energies of our world to being something from that space rather from an egoic space. And I'd like to finish with one last quotation from Aristotle. I love his quotations. This philosopher has said some beautiful things. So he says, "For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first." Okay, so I'll say that one more time. It says, "For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first." And I agree. If we start with that space of a humble truth, we really do see that love does flow. And that space of flowing love brings a lot of wonderful experiences into our lives. And I wish that for all of us. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, wherever you are. I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.